Hello there, you're on the Heart of Reddit channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Get your popcorn ready and enjoy. What happens when management makes BS demands from engineers? Once upon a time, in a well-known paper mill far away, on a beautiful September morning, the engineering squad was minding its own business, running their checkup rounds on the machinery as usual. As we go back to the office after some morning repairs, our dearest enthusiastic manager hits us with, "Manager, so everybody, good job last quarter, but this time, we want to aim higher and break production record per month." My boss, "Sir, we already produce more than competing paper mills in the region, 1,000 tons more." Manager, "Well, you know what they say about setting the bar even higher." Boss and engineering squad in unison, "But sir, the machine is already working at max operational speeds. Beyond this, figure it out." Now, if y'all don't know, there are a few things you never want to make a machine do. One of them is pushing it to the designed limits, as you risk various forms of failure and extreme vibration. But since management threatened to fire some technicians if we don't meet their criteria, we complied. Flash forward September the 30th, we about to hit the record. Management is already preparing celebrations. News agencies are on site to report the achievement, as the company is considered a pillar in our economy. And you probably know what happens next. After over 7 reports from us to management, telling them that we are running the mill at a huge risk of a fire, and them threatening us with our jobs just so they can brag in front of the CEO, a fire started around the main machine. We lost over $500K in equipment and 2 technicians suffered burns. We get thrown under the bus initially, but upper management finds the reports in an investigation, which leads to the managers and industrial engineers to be fired and sued for what they did. Want to wake up an air crew during mandatory crew rest time? Fine, we'll cancel mission critical flights. This was 10 years ago in Iraq, at Cobb Spiker. I was part of an aircrew that flew mission critical nighttime flights. I wasn't a pilot, but I flew in a support role in the backseat. We were lucky enough to each have our own little private rooms, called a chew, with an air conditioner in each room, and blackened out windows. It was easy to sleep all day, then wake up at 16 o'clock, or 17 o'clock and head to work. We had big signs on our doors, "Day sleeper, do not disturb, come back after 17 o'clock. The contractor in charge of safety and maintenance of the chews, it was KBR, I think, decided one day they needed to inspect the smoke alarms and fire extinguishers in every room. It's a reasonable request. My boss gave KBR a list of rooms not to disturb until after 17 o'clock. Of course, they ignored the list, and we were all awakened to workers banging on our doors and letting themselves in. Just doing my job, sir. Air crews are required by civil and military law to have adequate crew rest. It's more than, "Hey, get some sleep." It's a strict number of hours before flying that should be undisturbed. It can become a very big deal, legally, if there's an accident, and it's later revealed the pilot or aircrew member wasn't given a chance to properly rest. As inefficient as the military can sometimes be, it's amazing what a single well-placed phone call can do. My boss shamelessly canceled the evening's flights and called Colonel Head Honcho to tell him why. We never saw KBR again. They avoided us like the plague. You're hired? Working until about 1:30, see, 18-hour day, the night before, and was thinking that only being 10 minutes late wasn't bad. When I got my stack of papers for the day, I let out one of those low groans and said, "You've got to be pound. Dang me, it was going to be another long day." Boss takes that as his chance to call me out in front of the rest of the office. "Hey, if you're going to show up late and then complain about work, we don't need you around here, you're fired." Don't know if he thought I would apologize for coming in late and ask to not be fired, but I knew that I could have a new, equally crappy job before the end of the day, so I called his bluff and handed over my clipboard and walked away. He must have looked through my work for the day and realized that he didn't have anyone that could do what I could do, and with the labor market crunch, he just didn't have anybody. On my way out to my car, I stopped and started chatting with my buddy and the dispatcher, having a smoke. Boss comes out and tells me to meet him in his office so we can discuss my attitude. I said, "I'm not going to your office. I just got fired." My buddy and the dispatch are shocked. Buddy says, "You know, he pulled 18 hours yesterday and 15 the day before that." Dispatch says, "Why did you fire him? We've got no one to do his run today." Boss is taken a little aback and says, "I didn't say you're fired. I said you're hired. So here's your route for the day." I say, "Well, if I just got hired, we should talk about my starting wage." And that's how I got a $2, our raise.